expect when you're expecting? God's wrath! Because if there's one thing the Lord enjoys killing as much as guilty adults, it's their unborn children right along with them. Whether he's drowning you in a flood or incinerating you in a fire, the Lord has a name for your little bundle of joy. Collateral damage? Well, unless it's an actual target, like the time he goaded the Israelites into running up to Samaria to hack open all the pregnant gals like ripe cantaloupes. You see, God is militantly pro-abortion, in the sense that he uses the military to perform them, but he isn't technically pro-choice because it never occurs to him to give you one. Now, you'd think fetuses would be spared God's rage. After all, they have more limited opportunities to provoke it, but don't confuse God with Santa. The Lord only bothers to figure out if you've been naughty or nice after he's killed you, which is why he can point to a whole nation of children, born and otherwise, and tell Moses, "Go ahead and just kill all of them." The Lord's wrath isn't exactly known for its pinpoint accuracy, which is why the Israelites took to slathering their doorsteps with blood. That way, God would know they were Jews and kill the uncircumcised kid next door. And the lesson we learn from Passover, your faith is a complete waste of time. Because God's so absent-minded, he has no idea which religion you follow. You have to remind him with blood or post-its. Fun fact, God assigns monetary value to all humans, and guess what? If you have a vagina, you're half price, and if someone pops out of that vagina, they're absolutely worthless for a whole month. To God, life starts at 1 month, not after conception, after you're born. And this glib disregard for fetuses is why abortion is no big deal in the Bible. God even shares his recipe for a magic potion to perform an involuntary one. Isn't he good to us? First, mix some barley with water, then add a Swiffer of dust from the floor, which I think is just his passive-aggressive way of letting you know you're a lousy housekeeper. Now, find a wife suspected of infidelity and force her to drink God's grimy cocktail. Bottoms up, hooker! If she's carrying a child not her husband's, open sesame. She won't be for much longer. Congratulations! You and the Lord just performed a miracle abortion on someone who didn't even want one. So what does Jesus say about abortion? Well, you'd never guess it from listening to his American followers, but Jesus said exactly as much about the subject as he did about homosexuality. Not a single word. But don't let this rude disinterest fool you. Anyone who's read Revelation knows Jesus plans to trash more fetuses than an Alaskan prom. The Lord may have undergone anger management between testaments, but it's hard to teach an old God new tricks. Because Jesus' second coming is going to make the kitty killing and God's great flood look like dinner theater. Remember I Love Lucy when she dressed like a peasant, stomped around on grapes? Well, that'll be Jesus, only instead of grapes, he's going to stomp skulls. Born, newborn, unborn, he's going to keep on stomping until the dead ooze a river of sticky warm blood almost 200 miles long. And in sandals? Honestly, how can anyone say Jesus is against terminating pregnancies? He ends almost 40% of them with a miscarriage. Sometimes he sneaks into the mom's house and gives her one while she's sleeping. Against abortionists? Don't make him chuckle. He's been history's most industrious. Jesus always asks me, "Betty, why do I kill so many children?" And I always ask him, especially when I fly commercial, "Darling, why do you kill so few?"